Lo logramos aquí. No hay fatalidades.
In Europe, seeking endorsement for his war on terror, Colombia's President Álvaro Uribe has been discussing ways to liberate dozens of hostages being held by FARC rebels in his country. Among the Marxist group's captives are a number of high-profile figures, including French-Colombian former presidential candidate Ingrid Betancourt. Álvaro Uribe spoke to Euronews in Brussels.
Mr. President, welcome to Euronews. Tell us, when do you think that Ingrid Betancourt and the other FARC hostages will be released?
Some 43 kidnapped citizens, as well as Ingrid Betancourt, can be exchanged, say the guerrillas. Over the last 10 years, 750 Colombians abducted by the FARC have not been able to return home.
In one point of that hardship, the problem is that the illness I had, there were many kind of problems. In a hospital, it would have been a problem of a couple of hours, but in the jungle, without any medical treatment, without drugs, it just went, I was falling apart.
Now to an incredible story of survival and a woman who never lost hope. For 6 years, Ingrid Betancourt, a political leader and mother, was held hostage by rebels deep in the jungles of Colombia. A week ago, she was suddenly freed along with 14 other hostages during a daring rescue.
It's so real. I am convinced that the guys who did the rescue put their lives at risk for us. For me, they are heroes. So I think there is, I don't know, perhaps somebody, I don't know. And I don't think that's important. And
About last night, Ingrid Betancourt, the woman who ran for president of Colombia only to be captured and held and tortured for over 6 years in the jungles of Colombia. It was an incredible hour, one that will stay with me for a long time. She mentioned man's inhumanity to man, something I have never understood, studying the Nazi situation so much. People without heart, with guile, who had no feeling of sorrow. When these people, like these people in Colombia, or the Nazis, or people like that before them, and they're still around in the world, who don't care what they do to people, who just have no conscience. How could you live like that? How could you? I don't know what would have happened to me if I'd have been in that jungle. I doubt if I'd have lasted long. About last night.
Ingrid Betancourt, welcome to Al Jazeera. Is that initial euphoria that you felt at being released, is that still with you now?
Yes, and I hope it will stay with me all my life, because, I think that we have to be very conscious that being alive is a gift of God, and that being free is something that, it's a treasure.
Is it a week now that you can say, I've got it down?
I'm trying to keep myself together.